You know what, Schmo? Why don't we put some push-ups on it? How about that?
All right, let's do that. How many push-ups are we going to bet on that fight? You
Yeah,
give us
but
the
no,
number.
no. Push-ups on a but loser has to put a Speedo and do about 50 push-ups. What do you
Deal.
think about that?
Speedo, 50 push-ups. If Cowboy wins, the Schmo does 50 push-ups in the Speedo. If Holland wins, you're doing 50.
That's fine. Speedo while eating Cheetos. Can we do that?
All right, we could do that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Schmo. We got Triple C paying up for his lost bet. 50 push-ups, eating Cheetos, and a Speedo. Triple C, are you ready?
We gotta shave people. Let's go. Let's get this stuff done. You guys ready? You know what? I can't wait till the next ready, because the next bet, I'm going to have to do something crazy. But anyways, here we go.
50 push-ups. It's getting crumbs everywhere, this guy.
9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 50.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Cheeto-eating push-up machine, Triple C.
Listen, that's all real right here. What's up, baby? All that twisted still. That's it.
We're out. How about them push-ups and those Cheetos in that Speedo, Triple C? You look good doing that.
Oh, absolutely, man. So all you fans are welcome. You guys had an opportunity to see the greatest combat athlete of all of his twisted steel and sex appeal. You guys are welcome.
What's going to be the next challenge, Triple C?
I'm not sure, but I'm going to tell you one thing, man. I am never betting with Alex Oliveira, man. That dude is absolutely, anyways, whatever. I'm not sure, Schmo, but I do got to get you back.
You went against Kevin Holland. I told you not to, and you've had an eventful week of people calling you out, Triple C. When the Schmo was in London, we can't forget little Abdu Rozik. Let's show the fans the video, huh?
Henrys, I'm ready to fight. Why you not ready? I'm ready. Let's go. Here fight. I'm ready to fight.
That's right.
Henrys, no come, you fight.
Oh, you want to fight the Schmo? Well, Henry called that Hezbollah, so you want me to fight you?
Why Henrys not come here? Why?
I don't know. Henry, why didn't you come to London?
Come, fight. I'm ready to fight.
Well, Schmo, I'll tell you what, man. Talk is cheap. I mean, it's crazy how this guy is willing to call me out when he's halfway across the world. I'll tell you what, why don't we have a handicap match? Why don't we get Abdu and Hezbollah versus Triple C, and I will punt them both like they're a pair of football.
Fighting words. Listen, this guy was ready to fight the Schmo. I had to defend you overseas, Henry. This guy means business, and he's got a mean left hook. He does.
I tell you what, Schmo, talk is cheap. I'm proven he's not. He can do me a favor. He doesn't have to bend the knee because he's already bent the knee to Triple C. So anyways, talk is cheap. Abdu, let's sign that contract. Let's get it going. What's up?
He's all action. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Triple C and Schmo Show. I'm the Schmo. My partner has an Olympic gold medal. He's a double champ in the UFC, the future Hall of Famer, Henry Cejudo.
Let's get this ball rolling, Schmo, because time is money and money is time.
And this week's gold medal moment. Well, wait, before we get to that, if you haven't seen it already, we had a special edition Triple C and Schmo Show. We had Hamzat and Darren Till in the Schmo Zone studio together with you, Triple C, Henry, where you did the push-up challenge with the Cheetos. We had those two together, the Smesh Bros, the first interview in the flesh. A lot of eventful things were said. What was your biggest takeaway from that?
Honestly, the biggest takeaway, it's different because it's almost like how can I say it? It's almost like Darren Till is like the apprentice to what Hamzat is doing, and I think it's just good for Hamzat to just have good people around him, you know. And then it was pretty cool how Darren Till said he was on him, how he was on him with his nutrition and things like that, and the confidence that he has from Chimaev, like, it's gonna be the easiest weight cut that he's ever had. I think it's just a really cool bromance that I've been able to see, but nothing really matters until UFC 273 when he's gonna go up against a number 2 contender. So as of right now, I mean, this could all be talk Schmo for all I know, but hearing these two guys speak and talk about what's going on during fight camp and how they're holding each other accountable, I think that's the best thing that I took from it.
The bromance is real. It's more than what you see in the Smesh Bros YouTube video series. If you haven't seen it, check it out. By the way, Block Asset, partners of theirs, partners of ours. Appreciate them putting all together the great content. But the bromance is real. Those two are training together. They're living together. They're supporting one another. And it looks like the energy is good overall altogether. But like what you said, it all goes down in Jacksonville against Gilbert Burns, the number 2 guy in the welterweight division. That's when we're going to find out right off the bat if this is the next contender at the 170-pound weight division against champion Usman. We will see. Or, obviously we're assuming Usman, Leon Edwards. He's got to get through Leon Edwards first, Usman, for Hamzat Chimaev to get to that point.
But this was one thing that Chimaev did come to mind, and this is actually the really thing that I really like, because Leon Edwards is fighting Kamaru Usman. After Kamaru Usman, I think they're gonna give him to McGregor. I think he's gonna fight McGregor or fight at Canelo. Canelo responded. He's open to the fight. Why not, Schmo? There's a lot of money. That means that's gonna be about a year and a half, Schmo, before Chimaev even gets his shot, if he beats Gilbert Burns. That's if he beats Gilbert Burns. But what I did like about it is the fact that he says, I am willing to fight the number 1 contender in Robert Whittaker to get to Israel Adesanya if I have to. That right there gave me the chills. That right there demonstrated confidence to me, because I do feel that Robert Whittaker would be a way tougher fight than Israel Adesanya, just for the simple fact that Robert Whittaker's wrestling is a lot better than Israel Adesanya. So I'm excited for that fight. I think I told him, I said, I think you become different. I think you go up and then you come down. I want to see how bad you want to make history.
Open-minded to the quickest way to get a gold strap, whether it's 170 or 185 pounds. He expressed that to us. Great point indeed. Darren Till, not rushing to get back into. He's 100% healthy, 100% mind right. A mature Darren Till, we noticed across the table too. That was the Schmo's other takeaway. High on Tommy Aspinall. Obviously, we talked about the greatest of all time in John Jones. A lot of good stuff. So if you haven't seen the interview, check it out. Most recent long-form video on the Triple C and Schmo YouTube channel and everywhere you get your audio downloads. And with that said, this week's gold medal moment, we just came off of UFC Columbus, the fight night where Askar Askarov lost to Kai Kara France. Deiveson Figueriedo, the driver's seat as the champion of the flyweight division as to who is next. So listen, Henry, we see you active on social media. Who's the next rightful candidate for Deiveson Figueriedo?
No, listen, man. We want the dirty crew, man. We want Kai Kara France. That's who we want, and that's who Deiveson wanted originally. I think, I think he got caught up in the moment, trying to give Brandon Moreno that 4th fight. But I think deep down inside, there's some things that happened that if Deiveson didn't like, Brandon Moreno's team was being, they had said some racist comments, and Brandon's coach, he had put like a monkey face. So I don't know if you noticed, like about a month back, Deiveson was like posting about stopping racism. So I don't think people realize like where Deiveson Figueredo was feeling. The simple fact that he felt like a lot of Brandon's team were throwing a lot of racist comments at him. So I don't think he's gonna give Brandon that opportunity. Remember, the guy with the gold has the rules, and right now Deiveson Figueredo has a golden strap, and he's gonna be able to say who is it that because he has 1 year to decide for him to fight. So I think he's going Kai Kara France as much as I spoke to him a couple of days ago, and he's like, man, it's like my after I heard what Brandon Moreno's team were saying about calling me a monkey and things like that.
Was that the old coaching staff or the current coaching staff?
That was the old coaching staff, but still, it all falls back to his fighter. It all falls back to Brandon Moreno and his team. Doesn't matter if he got rid of him yesterday. He didn't like that fact, and I'm just like, hey, well, tell the world, man. Tell Dana White. Tell him this is the reason why. I mean, he did a whole campaign in Brazil just on strictly racism. You know, they were calling him a monkey. They posted a face of a monkey on his Brandon Moreno's coach. I believe his name's Raul something. I don't know what the hell his name is, but whatever that is, man, that really affected Deiveson Figueriedo. So I think if Kai Kara-France is smart, he would literally want to pick a fight with Deiveson because Deiveson is hot for him. But if he wants to take the back seat, I think that's the stupidest thing that he could do because he could be the next guy in line to fight Deiveson Figueiredo if he plays his cards right. So Kai Kara-France, if you're watching this, dude, pick a fight with the God of War if you really want it. If not, you might get skipped out. They might go Alexander Pantoja.
Well, 2 points the Schmo wants to make. First of all, we talk about shmoney. You're wearing a gold crown. Is there more money to be made in facing Kai Kara-France or having the quadrilogy with Brandon Moreno? That's the Schmo's first question. Think on that. The second question is, too, did Kai Kara-France do enough, a decisive enough victory against Askar Askarov to make him the clear-cut #1 contender in the flyweight division to fight Deiveson for the title? Think about those two things, Triple C.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's done enough. Remember, one, I think Kai Kara-France beat a guy. I actually thought he was going to lose that fight. I really did. I don't think Askar Askarov came. I don't think he knows how to train. He already looked drained by the time that fight came. So, and then two, you got to think about it too. Askarov was undefeated, man. Nobody's really beat this dude. He beat Alexander Pantoja. I was there in Mexico City, bro. He beat Brandon Moreno in Mexico City. I was there, man. They happened to fight in Mexico City. It was a draw, whatever that was, but he beat him, legitimately beat him. Anyhow, that being said, Kai Kara-France is Australian. So you're talking about, yes, Deiveson Figueiredo gets pay-per-view points now. Guess who's going to watch that? I'm sorry, he's not Australian. He's New Zealand, but still, people from Australia will support Kai Kara-France. New Zealand people, that's the revenue of pay-per-view as a champion. But you guys don't see it that way. You know, Mexicans, like, they pay a monthly budget where they're able to see the UFC fights pretty much for free, practically. Australia, New Zealand, they're the guys that pay for the pay-per-view. So Deiveson Figueiredo knows that. He needs to fight Kai Kara-France if he wants to make the most money.
And when would be an ideal time? Because obviously we're booked pretty much halfway through the summer. When would Deiveson like to return and defend the strap that you know of?
I don't know, man. I want to take my vacations, man. So I hope it's either soon, but I just hope there's a. I'm not sure, Schmo. This is the thing about being a coach now. Sometimes you got to go around your athletes, but if it is July, that's cool. Or July or September, man. I'm not even sure, man.
He's not even sure. We're making Triple C think. Let's move on to the silver medal moment. Nate Diaz, he's back in the news. He's calling out Dana White, active on social media, and Hunter Campbell. He wants a fight or be released. We've been all calling for, him himself included, and Dustin Poirier included, a Dustin Poirier-Nate Diaz fight. What should happen with Nate Diaz next, man? Because this is just a waiting game. We want to see him fight.
I think Nate Diaz, I don't know, man. I think Nate Diaz can fight whoever the hell he wants, but I don't even think he's that draw, man. I think he's just a popular fighter. I think Dustin Poirier needs to fight Colby Covington. That's the fight that I want to see.
Well, the Schmo would love to see that too, but Nate Diaz is probably, the Schmo would argue, the biggest draw not named Conor McGregor of active fighters. Maybe just as big as Israel Adesanya. We're talking about audience star power. You know when there's a Nate Diaz fight. You can smell it in the arena. You can hear it in the crowd. He is a star. But what is the reason why we're waiting here? Dana White told the Schmo a few weeks ago at the post-fight press conference that it's likely, highly likely, that the next time we see Nate Diaz step inside the octagon, he'll have a new contract. Well, he's got one fight left of his deal. Hate to bring up this guy's name, but Jake Paul, he's keep teasing a comeback in August. There's no secret. He wants to box Nate Diaz. The UFC doesn't want Nate Diaz to have one more fight and just get it out of the way and then go in August and box a Jake Paul. What are they waiting for? They waiting for the one fight they know they want to get him on if they have one fight left, and that would be a trilogy against Conor McGregor over the summer? What is exactly the delay here?
Well, that's exactly what they want. So what they want to do is they're gonna give Nate Diaz some stupid money to fight Conor McGregor. You know, but at the same time, they're going to give him that stupid money to be like, hey, but you got a 6-fight deal with us now. You see what I'm saying? So this is the reason why they don't want to give him Poirier, because if they give him Poirier, they can't pay him what they would want to pay him if he was to fight Conor, because they could make up if he fights Conor with all that money that they're going to pay him. You know, you see what I'm saying, Schmo? So that's the reason why they're doing what they're doing. They want to give Nate Diaz the biggest name, to give him the biggest contract, and to subsidize the money that they're going to make off of the pay-per-view. So I think that's a smart move by the UFC. I think Nate Diaz just needs to go out there and he just needs to fight. If he doesn't fight Conor McGregor, I think he just wants to fight as a contract, which is smart. I love what Jake Paul is doing. He's throwing a wrench in everybody's thing, and I actually started to like the dirtbag, because he really is increasing fighter pay, man, by what's going on, because fighters are starting to become independent now.
Maybe he's bringing awareness to that, but you can't forget it's all about the Jake Paul cause. He's calling out MMA fighters, not boxers, and the MMA fighters are not in his weight division. This guy walks around 200 pounds. That would be cruiserweight and boxers. Why isn't he calling out any cruiserweight boxers? Obviously, the star power's not there. He's calling out guys that fight at 155 and 170 pounds in the UFC. We're not even talking about calling out middleweights in the UFC. So, yes, there is some truth to that, but there's also the reality to that, and the Schmo wants to point out the reality. Now, going back to Nate Diaz, what the heck are you going to do? He's saying to the UFC, shit or get off the pot, but no one's moving. What leverage does he have? How is this guy going to get back in the ring or in the octagon if no one's giving him a fight or accepting a fight? Like, it doesn't seem like Nate Diaz is saying, hey, give me Dustin Poirier or I'm not fighting. He's saying, no, I want to fight. Why can't we just see this guy in the octagon? That's what it comes down to.
Or what the UFC's probably doing is they're probably going to dry him out. They may not make him fight for a minute, man. That could be another strategy if you think about it, because if they release him or they let him go, they know that it's the new trend. It's a new revolution. Francis Ngannou's no longer going to fight the UFC. He's about to get a $50 million payday with the Gypsy King. So this is what's going on, Schmo. The pink elephants on the back. If you use the UFC to become famous and you go out and you branch out with another fighter and you make your pay-per-view points go, you can almost half the pay-per-view with whomever it is that you're fighting. This is how you're going to make your money, dude. So it's a money grab. And we got to recognize, we got to realize that. And I think the UFC might just dry him out, man, for a minute.
We'll see how it all plays out, but the Schmo and Triple C are intrigued. Let's move on to the bronze medal moment. You've been beefing with this guy for a long time. Things have heated up recently on Twitter. Conor McGregor. How about that, Triple C? Bronze medal moment.
Yeah, of course, man. I think Conor McGregor is absolutely. Now, you know what? Let me tell you something, Schmo. I'm so glad that we didn't give Conor McTapper the gold medal moment, because, you know, he's nothing but a damn bronze medalist, if that. He's a ribbon holder in my eyes. I tell you what, Conor McGregor, I will literally, let me make you a deal. I will literally go up to 155 pounds to fight you if you're willing to be sober for the fight. What's up?
Sober for the fight? You mean you can't take any swigs in the back with Keith Peterson?
No.
You like that reference? But for real, though, you're going to give him a blood alcohol test before he walks to the octagon? How do you test that, Triple C?
Dude, I'm not sure, man. We test his blood, whatever that is, but I would literally go up to 155 pounds if Conor McGregor can pass sobriety. I think that's even. I think that's a great fight. I think that's a great negotiation tactic. Let's do it, Schmo. But anyways, to get back to Conor McTapper, it seems like he was really enjoying the Twitter. He did give me on some of them, Schmo. I will say that.
Yeah.
But I will live to fight another day.
He pretty much calls you a shit stain, I believe, and says you're pretty much worthless. He doesn't even know who you are. Do you believe that, man? Conor McGregor doesn't know who Triple C Henry Cejudo is? Like you haven't accomplished enough in this sport?
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Conor McGregor, you absolutely make me sick. You're the laughing stock. Yeah, Conor McGregor, you can buy all the platinum in the world, but guess what, Conor? You still can't afford gas.
And we know you got a bunch of that. And you look at the economy right now. Everyone is just going crazy for their gasoline, their fuel, my man. Look at this freaking inflation right now, man. But got to say, Conor McGregor, top of the line when it comes to trash talk. And it's always fun and joyful for the Schmo to watch both you two go back at it. And now, let's move
hold on.
Okay.
Hold on, Schmo. I got one. I tell you what, Conor McGregor, if you give me a red patty night, I'll make sure to give you a nice little stain on that red patty night. How about that?
A stain on the red panties? What kind of stain? The Schmo's mind's going in 3 different places. Wait, the Schmo might as well just throw this in there too. Not just Conor McGregor were you beefing at on Twitter. I'm not sure if he responded, but you are now going after Colby Covington on Twitter too. Scorched earth, Triple C, scorched earth.
Oh, of course, man. Kobe Covington over here. Man, I tell you what, I kind of missed his shtick a little bit. He was a little silent there for a minute. So my biggest thing was like, what's up, Kobe? Where you at, man? I hope the Tooth Fairy compensates you. I know of a good Tooth Fairy on 50th Street between 50th Street and 44th. If you want, Miami Drive, what's up? Come out and play, Kobe. No Jaw Covington. What's up?
Now, Triple C, if it was up to you and you need to replace a tooth, are you going gold?
Oh, you know it, man. Okay. Or I might just go platinum.
There it is. Platinum or gold. Here it is. Anyways, let's move on to this week's Schmo News Now. We haven't done this segment in a while. Schmo's News. Brought to you by Blumon. Look at this stuff. Some of the best hair product in the world. Doesn't have that bad smell. Doesn't stick or anything. Holds the hair just right. They got their sample pack. The Schmo's got his little travel one right here. You try it on. You put it in the hair. Use the promo code Schmo. He's got his sample pack right there. Triple C. What do you like? The fifth sample? The purple one? Just like our logo?
Oh, I like the purple, man. The purple Urkel.
The purple Urkel. There it is,
if you
baby.
know what I'm saying.
Check it out. Promo code Schmo. Get your 10% off. Blumon.com. Let's go to what happened at the Oscars. Will Smith, baby, lining up with the slap. Can we call it a Stockton slap? Right there on Chris Rock. He was talking smack about the wife, and boom, Chris Rock was in shock. The audience just stopped. They froze in the second. He just slapped the shit out of me. Yes, indeed, Will Smith slapped the shit out of him. Talking bad about his wife right there, and boom, what do you think about that stance, though? He wind up like a WWE fighter, man. A WWE wrestler. What do you make of that form? Chris Rock barely flinched. He barely flinched.
Yeah, I tell you what, Shimo, I'm a big fan of Chris Rock. I thought that was kind of shitty of Will Smith. You know, he knows Chris Rock is he's a comedian. Whether his wife took it personal or not, that wasn't worth the slap. You know what I'm saying? But I guess they know each other or whatever. Maybe it was something that he probably shouldn't have brought up, but I don't think it was that bad, honestly. I think you should laugh about yourself. You know what I'm saying? I do feel and I do think he does owe Chris Rock an apology. You know what I'm saying? Because that was pretty shitty to do in front of the world. You know what I'm saying? He's a legend, bro. He just slapped probably the biggest comedic legend in history, man. And he just did it. But I also think that Chris Rock kind of took it like a man, and he was a grown man, dude. But I think I don't know. I think Will Smith needs to get slapped himself.
Chris Rock definitely took it like a man, but look at the sensitivity there. Will Smith doing that, man. I mean, you're right. We're talking about comedy. We're talking about a night of celebration. And we just brought up Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal. Not to say this is related or anything like that, but why did Masvidal go and attack Colby Covington? He brought up the wife. He brought up the children. He brought up family matters. Well, what just happened was he brought up in a joking matter the wife and the family matters. Will Smith went up and he smacked him in public right there. There's got to be a little bit of a correlation. There's got to be repercussions. What's the silver lining behind all this is you talk about somebody's family, you might just get slapped. I don't know.
Yeah, but honestly, I think Will Smith regretted it because if you saw his post-fight interview, he was crying, man. He was bawling. It wasn't so much about the movie, but I think he was heartfelt for what happened. You know what I'm saying? And he should reconcile. And he should do a public apology to Chris Rock because that's not cool, man. You know what I'm saying? You said some stupid shit too in the past. We've all have. And you know what I'm saying? There's a reason why Chris Rock has been, the host of the Grammys or a lot of these special events for many years. You know, it is what it is, man. It's done now. I think it's shitty of Will Smith, but man, he's short-parted on that on that night. He had his 2 trophies. I don't know, man. I used to like Will Smith right now, man. if I was seeing, I don't know, I feel like slapping his ass too.
Yeah, he definitely went down in the social score, I would say, in the scheme because, listen, it was a roast. It's comedy. There's jokes being made. There's no malice or harmful intent in it. And like you said, they got a history, a good history of that.
This is what I'm saying. Like with some people, you can play, and some people you can't play. It's like I even think of like a Kayla Harris. Like I really don't even want to play with her no more because I think she would be somebody that would fucking slap me, dude, and that wouldn't go well. You know what I'm saying? So there's some people that could take it, there's people that can't, and I don't know, man.
Yeah, we hear you, Triple C, but let's move on to this goated segment of this week. There's one guy who is perfect for it. You know who it is.
That's right, the one and only, the GOAT. This, to me, the second greatest mixed martial artist of all time, man. We got to give it to Demetrious Johnson, man. Demetrious Johnson, what he was able to do, with the risk that he was willing to take to fight Rotang, a former Muay Thai world champ, to be able to give him the round. You know, it was 1 round Muay Thai, 2nd round MMA, 3rd round Muay Thai, 4th round MMA. It's just a simple fact that he was willing to take that risk and literally kind of touch him up too on the feet. Like, people don't realize how good Demetrious Johnson is. If you were to put a world-class Muay Thai guy in there with any random MMA fighter, they wouldn't last. But Demetrious Johnson was able to do a lot of good things, man. Catch him with the hands, caught him with kicks. And then once round 2 came and it was all MMA, I mean, it was super cool to watch because you see the distance game change in between when it was Muay Thai and Rotang was pressing Demetrious, and when it was MMA when Demetrious was pressing Rotang. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought it was super cool, man. I hope ONE FC continues to keep doing that. I want to know which fighters have the balls to do something like that. But, man, that is awesome. I think that could really revolutionize the sport of mixed martial arts because now it gives you an even playing field. 1 round Muay Thai, as Uncle Chen wants to say, 2nd round MMA, and so forth. You can do it in boxing, taekwondo, whatever that may be. I think that could potentially be the future of mixed martial arts.
Shout out to ONE FC One Championship for having the creativity and allowing that. They had so many championship fights, and Demetrious Johnson went into that organization. By the way, that was the trade for Ben Askren, by the way. Ben Askren, Demetrious Johnson, 1 championship UFC, and 1 gold in 1 championship, continues to fight, to have the stones, to go up against a championship caliber Muay Thai fighter in Rotang, to have that 1st round, and then the 2nd round to choke him out to get the victory. Demetrious Johnson, class of his own in so many rights for what he's accomplished in the sport and what he continues to do, and he continues to evolve. It continues to adapt and evolve the game. Love that goated segment, indeed, for Mighty Mouse Johnson. We like it, Triple C.
Yeah, of course, man. You got to give credit where credit is due, man. I watched that fight 2 times. I'm extremely impressed with Demetrious. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, Triple C did make him bend the knee.
Yes, the Schmo was there, too, also. Was that UFC 227, Los Angeles, California, the 2nd time he got him. The Schmo was there. Now, can we give it an update, man? With some fight ready? We're like less than 2 weeks away from Jacksonville, 273, Volkanovski, Korean Zombie. Korean Zombie, man, this has got to be the last week of a hard push of fight camp, yeah?
Yeah, it is, man. Korean Zombie's been looking so good, Schmo. I mean, he's up to par. The game plan that we have in place is good. We're expecting the same. Alexander the Average with the smoking of the hands, his leg kicks. You come to his fight zone, he'll throw. We're expecting. We've worked a lot of the kicks that Volkanovski's gonna do that really don't hurt, but it's just to kind of measure you to eventually let the hands go. So we've been practicing a lot of the things that the takedown defense. You know. We're ready, Schmo. We know exactly. There's so much film on Volkanovski, and nobody's really catching on to exactly what he's doing. But he's got Triple C there, and we are excited to see the return of the Korean Zombie and to finally put an end to Alexander the Average.
So it's safe to say, after watching the game film, you at this point have identified certain areas where you're going to do the best to exploit heading into this fight.
Oh, of course, man. You know what I'm saying? Of course. You have to set traps with this, man. We know he's going to kick. We know he's going to smoke the hands. He doesn't have that knockout power, which I feel comfortable with. You know, who has Alexander the Average, the decision maker? Who has he knocked out? Who has he put away? He doesn't put away people, but the Korean Zombie will knock somebody the hell out. And I'm telling you right now, Schmo, the Korean Zombie is going to knock out Alexander the Decision Maker for good.
There you have it, folks. The prediction from Mr. Triple C himself. And make sure you tune in each week and download the podcast where you get your podcasts. Make sure you watch, listen, tune in on the YouTube channel. What's your name?
I am Triple C.
I am the Schmo. We will deliver, and we are